Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a get ready with me. I didn't actually follow up in doing a monthly makeup routine type of video for a few months, but I think now it could be a good idea. And since I am actually going out this evening, crazy stuff, we are going out to our friend's house for dinner. We haven't seen them since the lockdown, since March, I think, and we used to see each other all the time. And yeah, it's finally time to see each other. I'm very happy about that. And we're gonna stay as much at a distance as we can. No kissing or hugging, just being responsible. So I thought, let me do my makeup on camera, starting off with a primer. This is the GRWM Bamboo Matte Powder Effect Cream. I think it's not a primer and it's just a cream, but I use it as a primer. Interesting. Maybe it's not a primer. But I thought I'd do my makeup on camera and show you what I've been using this month the most. It's been a bit of a, I don't know, weird one regarding filming, and I just haven't been inspired to film. Like, I did quite some spontaneous tags at the beginning of the month, and that was a lot of fun, but I need to feel like it's something that I would like to watch. And for example, the will I buy it videos or anti-haul videos, I like to watch those, but I personally don't really care for any of the makeup that's coming out right now. Am I the only one? Talking about that, I'm going in with the Cutie Palette Metropolitan by Nabla Cosmetics, this guy right here. I'm wearing quite a nice floral dress, so I thought I would, I don't know, kind of keep it in a florally vibe. So I'm gonna go in with this guy. And one thing that I am actually quite happy that I did today is bring packages to the DHL service point to be sent to people who bought things from the declutter. And since there's a few things that I would like to sell that are either more new or less used, and other things that I just let them pick from my declutter pile if they want anything for free. And that gives me joy, because in that way I'm not overloading someone who doesn't want my stuff. So like adding these things without asking people, for example, and my stuff is getting a second life or a second chance. So I'm very happy about that, and happy that, yeah, I don't know, my declutter boxes are getting smaller. Some things I'm just literally throwing out right now because they're either expired, and I think I did my declutter by now. It's almost 6 months ago. So especially for the lip products, I smell them periodically just to make sure they haven't turned or they're not bad, because that just goes in the trash. There's no point on anyone getting it, anything spoiled from me. So, and I'm like sanitizing things before sending them, of course. But yeah, I'm happy that that is working out. And one of the things that I did declutter without showing you is actually one of these, the wild berry. A friend of mine wanted it, or she said that the wild berry was the one she was most interested in my video, and I actually sent it to her because I just don't see myself using it at all or ever. It's really sad maybe, but it is what it is, and it's the way I feel about that palette. I mean, the quality is good, it's just the colors are not my thing. And I was very sad from a perspective of my low buy, that I didn't, let's say, keep it in my pants and just buy the things that I wanted, and instead just went and bought all 3 palettes for a completionist point of view. But then I saw immediately that I wasn't even tempted to use it. And even this palette right here, this I wanted to use it today in this, let's say, monthly makeup routine. But the one I've been loving the most and using the most is actually the Platinum. And even like when just on my own I want to just wear makeup, that's the one that I was using. And yeah, that says something. Especially in these times where makeup is not really my first thought when leaving the house. I actually usually leave the house only to do groceries. So I don't wear makeup at all, or I go walk in the woods or stuff like that. So I don't wear makeup at all. So that is what it is. But I wanted to actually pull out this one and use it a little bit more, because I think that the shades in here, except for this coral matte, are very me. So I really should be loving it a little bit more. And I saw quite a few nice makeup looks with this one done by the makeup artist or the people in collaboration with Nabla. So I should be able to love it a little bit more. But as you can see, I'm struggling to just do even the framework of this look. What a time. And I guess maybe it's all catching up to me right now that I had quite a bad week when it comes to like hormonal imbalances and mood swings. So it wasn't the best. I'm very lucky that I have quite a good support system and best friend who support me, and my husband who supports me. So that they were very nice with me this week, let's put it that way. Luckily for me, this week was also a national holiday in the Netherlands. On, what is it, Thursday was Ascension, I believe it is. It's a religious holiday that we don't actually follow in Italy, which I always found so interesting. In spring in the Netherlands, there's a bunch of these religious holidays. So not only Easter, which everybody does, but there's Ascension, and then on the 1st of June is one more. I don't know. They're called Hemelvaart and Pinksteren. I don't know. So we get a few days off. This one is always on a Thursday, for example, and that means that often we just take the Friday off. My husband, since he works in university, actually has to take the Friday off. The university is usually they don't work on that day. So it was nice because we had a very long weekend together, and we went to see gardens and to walk together in nature. So it was just very pleasant for being, and it helped with my mental state a lot. And it also kind of like makes me really sad because after the one on the 1st of June, we do not have any more holidays until Christmas, or any national holidays until Christmas, which means that if we're not actually going anywhere with our summer holidays, which is likely thanks to this corona situation, then there's no holidays. Like, am I gonna take a week off to stay at home? Probably not. I might take every Friday off to stay at home. My boss wouldn't be very happy about that, I think, but it's something that I could think about in principle. And how are you guys doing? I know a lot of countries are starting to open back up, and I am very curious to see how things progress. Italy especially, I'm following closely, of course, because my family's there, my friends are there, and it doesn't seem like everyone's behaving how they should be with this phase 2, as it's called. So I'm very curious to see what the consequences will be for Italy. I hope people will take it a little bit more seriously. And I am very happy that, for example, my parents only leave the house to, again, go to work, get groceries, but they finally can go back to walking in the mountains, which is the thing that they love doing every weekend. So they just take the motorbike and go to the mountains. I love that they can do that again, because yeah, it's part of life and what they like to do. So how do you guys like this makeup so far? I don't. This coral is just not my thing. I'm gonna take the solution, which is the Super Sparkle shade, which is the one shade that actually made me keep still the palette, and it's this beautiful glittery gorgeousness. And at least I'm gonna make my eyelid sparkle, because nowadays I'm all about these shades. And maybe I can confess something. We're gonna talk about it in my let's say low buy check-in, but I bought the palette. I just duped. I bought the Natasha Denona Gold palette, who am I? Why am I like this? I don't know, but it is what it is. And there was a 20% off on Sephora Italy, and I have a package with some stuff at my friend Julia's house. So she already has stuff of mine to send to me, and I said, okay, I don't want it, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it. But even my duping video made me actually kind of want it more. And I was still like obsessed and thinking about it every day. So in the end, I spoke to my friend Mariam, who you've seen on this channel before, and she has a very nice perspective on these things, which is treat yourself. And she likes more expensive and luxurious makeup, and she just said, Alice, just go. You've been whining about this, you know you're gonna buy it, and you know that it will happen sooner or later, so why not just do it now since you want it. This feels like it's on its last leg, the Nabla Close-Up foundation. So yeah, after that I decided to just buy it, and it still came out to be like, what is it, 90 euros with the 20% off, but it's less than 120 and less than 100 and what is it, 28. Yeah, it's on Look Fantastic. So anything I would buy that would ship to me, and even if that would be ever at the 20%, it would always be more than that. And I think the only time there's been a 30% on that was on Sephora Italy or Sephora France, but Sephora France has like 15 euro or 13 euro shipping costs, which kind of balance it out, I feel like. So I think I got it pretty much at the lowest price I could, unless they decide to do another 50% off sale like they did on the Sunset palette, but I have a feeling they won't, because Sunset didn't sell as well as Gold sold, I feel like. So I'm very excited to receive it, and I'm very excited to be the owner of another Natasha Denona palette, because especially thanks to that video on the dupes of the gold palette, this guy right here, which I'm still holding, which has been still like my favorite palette that I've owned or that I've made, and that's also the reason why I didn't do another BYOP this month, is because I've been using this, and especially all these Natasha Denona Metropolis shades. So I've been reaching for them in this new configuration, let's say, a lot. That says something. That kind of tells me that I love the formula. That kind of tells me that I would probably get a lot of use out of the gold as well. So I'm very, very excited to receive that one. And what you saw me use a little bit today is these new Jaclyn Hill and Morphe brushes. They arrived today in the mail, and I did an unboxing on Instagram Live, stories, and I wanted to try them out since I have them today. And I'm very excited because they were on quite a big sale on 50% off on Morphe. And yeah, I bought stuff this month. I don't know. Whereas I was looking at doing also a haul in retrospect for the month of May. But last May, I didn't really do a video haul. Probably because I didn't buy much. There were only a few things. So then there's a huge one coming for June, which is fun. But this month I didn't really have much to talk about there either. So I just bought makeup instead. And a lot of these products that I'm using will all be like in the description box below, linked. But a lot of them are Project Pan products. So like this guy and the foundation and the concealer. And I also didn't do a shop my stash this month. See, a lot of videos that I would have done, I didn't. And it's all because of this situation that we don't really get to go out, and I'm not really using a lot of makeup, and I have new makeup that I want to use, so I've been doing that instead. One thing that I keep using, happily so, is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. And maybe because it's a cream, but I've been using it a lot, and it's very easy. It looks good. I've seen new videos coming out about it. So I know Mel Thompson said the new one is horrible, the reformulated one is horrible. But for example, Ruth Crilly from A Model Recommends, she liked it, it seemed like. So I don't know. It was there's double. So if you wanted the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel and you missed it, you might actually want to try the new one because some people like it. I am never gonna get through this, or like not anytime soon. I think the opening time I was discussing last month is only 18 months. So I've had it for 1 month, for 1 year already. So it's already almost over, let's say. But I'll never finish it in time. So one new item, and maybe a little bit of a spoiler for my favorites that I've been loving and using a lot, is this Nude Sticks in, I think it's called, Sun-Kissed. I think it's officially a bronzer, but it's very warm and bright to be a bronzer, I find. And I've been using it also on days where I don't use a base, where I don't use foundation, or to go do groceries and I feel like I feel a bit sorry for myself, or I don't feel very pretty. I just throw this one on my cheeks and I actually really like it. It looks healthy, it looks sun-kissed as the name suggests, and I'm very surprised about how much I've been loving this product. So that's why it is in this Get Ready With Me today, because I thought if there's something that is really representative of this month's makeup for me, is this guy right here, in combination with the Nabla buffer brush, foundation buffer brush, which, as I said, I didn't like at the beginning for foundation, but since Julia told me to use it as a blush brush, it's great. And then what I've been doing to be even more sun-kissed is adding a highlighter that's too dark for me. So this is Nabla Lucent Jungle, and just not going too high up, but more as a blush topper, and it brings this matte cream blush to another dimension of sparkle and sheen and wetness. Shouldn't be using that word online, should I? Okay, gonna do my brows off camera because you guys know the drill and know how I do it, so I'll be right back. Brows, brow gel and mascara are on. Those are the boring parts. You don't want to see me like this on my mascara. But before I do my lips, I wanted to quickly review these two brushes, these new two brushes that I used. This guy right here, I used to apply Alaska in the inner corner and inner part of my lid. This is perfect. It picked up so much product, and that was exactly what I wanted. This is the JH44, and it's more of a natural bristle brush, and it picks up nicely more glittery shades. Very happy about this. You can't really pick up glittery shades with a synthetic flat brush, like let's say this guy right here from Nabla. This is good for like your base or a cream product, but more glittery things need to be gripped by something in more natural bristles, or this one by Essence is also the other one that I really like. But this one is smaller, so I'm happy I got this. It worked really well. Whereas this guy right here, I also mentioned it in my stories earlier. This is JH46. It's clearly for right-handed people because I keep wanting to read it like this, but it's you can read it like this. JH46. This is a smudger brush. I use it to smudge the brown under my eyes. This is so painful and scratchy. I don't like it. Instead of that, I love the Real Techniques smudge brush, and I have two of those. Those are my favorite for that purpose. And to be honest, that's pretty much it. There's maybe others that I use if I don't have anything else. This is the Morphe B33, for example, but these are my favorite smudger brushes. So this is not a win for me, unfortunately, but it's the only one out of the set that I already had doubts when just looking at it. So yeah, I'll keep trying them, and I'll let you know either in my roundup if I manage to try them all by then, or in a future video discussion about things. I still kind of want to do a video on my favorite brushes, but they're so dirty right now that I'll actually wash them first and then maybe talk about them on a second time. And on my lips, I wanted to go a bit more red, but still keep a little bit of the pinky tones. So I'm gonna go with Platonic Love by Nabla Cosmetics. It's a bit of a Nabla look. That's not bad. As someone told me, Mariam told me, I'm a really loyal person when it comes to brands, and especially Nabla. I buy a lot of their stuff. Some things like the bigger palettes were just never for me, so I didn't buy them, but I buy a lot of their stuff. That is definitely true. Okay, I had kind of forgotten how hard it is to apply this lipstick, so I just went in la 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 too much. It's a very dry lipstick, but I can't get over how beautiful it looks, and it's not drying on the lips, it's just a very dry formula. So this guy, yeah, I remember always saying I put up with the formula because the color is so beautiful and the experience of having it on is not bad. I love this color. I kind of wanted also to match a little bit my nails, which is Essie Maki Me Happy, and they're already ruined because of these stupid brushes and trying to get them out of their envelopes. Anyways, this is the finished look. As much as I hate overlining lips and seeing overlined lips, something that gives me rage when I see it on Instagram, but nobody knows because I don't rage against people. It's my problem. The rage is my problem. I did end up overlining because I failed at actually catching my my lip line. Terrible YouTuber here. Anyways, yeah, that was the Get Ready With Me. Overall, I actually really like the finished look. I'm not over the fact that I don't really love this coral, but everything else in this palette, if there was any other shade in here, like, I don't know, if I could put a brown in there, maybe, as I've been pressing a lot of eyeshadows, as you can see here, most of my Inglot shades are now cut in half because I've been pressing them into round pans so that my brain is happy when I do single eyeshadow palettes. So here are all my Inglot that I repressed. I might actually, I don't know, cut out this coral, put it in a square pan and press in there anything else. Any other shade would work for me. A neutral brown transition. Creme Brulee by, ooh. Oh, that is such a brilliant idea. I have a spare, let's say, Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek that I just decluttered in my latest video. I could press it in here. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna put on like a cooking apron so that I don't get my dress dirty and repress my Metropolitan palette. I really hate this coral, guys. It's just so difficult to work everything else with it, and it doesn't suit me very well. Anyways, I love the finished look afterwards, so I guess that's okay. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope it was, I don't know, entertaining for a little bit. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.